The good news is that you have the power to change your mindset. It's not a fixed trait, it's a habit you can cultivate, a muscle you can strengthen over time. The first step is acknowledging that you have a choice in how you think and respond to the challenges that come your way. Once you accept that, you've taken the first step toward breaking down the barrier holding you back. By consciously choosing to adopt a mindset of growth, resilience, and possibility, you can start to rewire your brain to seek solutions instead of focusing on limitations.
There's a powerful story behind every success, but there are some that stand out more than others. The journey of a boss who says nothing might seem counterintuitive at first. We are taught that leadership involves constant communication, direction, and motivation. We expect our bosses to provide answers, guidance, and to steer us towards success. But what if the key to success isn't in constant talking, but in silence? Imagine a boss who builds an empire without ever answering a question. How could this work? It seems almost impossible, yet this approach can be the foundation for a much stronger and more autonomous organization. This method of leadership doesn't dismiss the importance of communication. Instead, it reshapes it. It shifts the dynamic from one where the boss is the answer giver to one where the team is empowered to discover solutions on their own. When a leader doesn't answer every question, it encourages the team to ask better, more thoughtful questions. It fosters an environment of self-sufficiency where individuals are encouraged to take ownership of their problems, think creatively, and engage in deeper learning. The team begins to evolve, and as they evolve, so does the company. The impact of this silent leadership style isn't just limited to the workplace environment. It transforms the entire culture of the organization. A culture of silence becomes a culture of innovation. When individuals are forced to rely on their own intelligence and resourcefulness, they discover new ways to solve problems, think outside the box, and approach challenges with fresh perspectives. This not only drives productivity, but also nurtures creativity. In an organization where no one expects direct answers, every person becomes a problem solver in their own right. This is how an empire is built, through the collective ingenuity and independence of each team member, not by the constant micromanaging of a leader. In this type of environment, success is not handed down from above, but cultivated from within. The boss who says nothing has a unique understanding of the importance of giving their team the freedom to grow. It is not a rejection of leadership, but rather a redefinition of what leadership can be. Instead of simply directing their team, this leader chooses to trust them. The result? A stronger, more resilient team that feels capable, competent, and valued. The empire that gets built is not one of mere obedience, but one where every individual is empowered to contribute to its growth and success. As we look closer at this style of leadership, we realize that the boss who says nothing doesn't remain passive, quite the opposite. This type of leader is actively engaged in creating the conditions for growth. Their silence is strategic. It's about creating a space where their team can flourish without being bogged down by constant instructions. By not giving answers, the boss is making a profound statement. I trust you. It's a message that says, I believe in your abilities to find the right path, to solve the problems that arise, and to build the empire we dream of. This method works because it taps into the inherent potential within every individual. People don't want to be micromanaged. They want to feel that their input matters, that their contributions make a real difference. When you don't answer every question, you elevate the team's collective intelligence. It challenges them to rise to the occasion, to collaborate, and to make decisions. As they take on more responsibility, they become more invested in the success of the organization. They begin to view their work not as a task to complete, but as a mission they own. And in this ownership, there's a power that can drive an entire company forward. The ripple effect of this leadership style is felt throughout the organization. Each department begins to operate more autonomously. Leaders within the team step up, knowing they have the freedom to make decisions, to fail, and to learn. The boss's absence of answers transforms into a lesson in self-reliance. It is through this trial and error process that employees grow, developing skills they may not have honed had the boss been constantly offering solutions. The team members no longer need to ask for permission. They become proactive, approaching challenges with the mindset that they are the ones in charge of their outcomes. What's more, by not offering immediate answers, this leader cultivates resilience. The trials of figuring things out on their own can be difficult and frustrating, but these are the experiences that build strength. As the team struggles and perseveres, they develop a deeper sense of accomplishment when they finally reach a solution. There's a sense of pride that comes with solving problems independently, and that pride fosters loyalty to the boss and the company. The team feels a sense of ownership over the empire they are building together. They become more than just employees, they become stakeholders in the company's success. In this culture, collaboration becomes second nature. Teams don't wait for instructions, they work together to solve problems. They share insights, discuss potential solutions, and learn from each other's experiences. The absence of answers from the boss creates a vacuum that is filled with cooperation and mutual respect. Team members see each other as allies rather than competitors. This collective spirit becomes the driving force behind the company's success. It is a silent revolution that takes place within the walls of the organization, where individuals come together not because they are told to, but because they understand the shared mission and vision. This leadership style also fosters a sense of accountability. Without the boss constantly providing solutions, each individual is forced to take responsibility for their actions. There's no one to blame if things go wrong, no one to turn to for answers. The team members understand that their decisions have consequences, and this accountability makes them more diligent, thoughtful, and committed to finding the best possible solution. They learn to trust themselves, to rely on their own judgment, and to work with the confidence that they can handle whatever challenges come their way. But the true power of this silent approach lies in the fact that it encourages a long-term perspective. When individuals are given the space to grow, to make mistakes, and to learn, they evolve into better leaders themselves. They acquire the skills, knowledge, and experience that not only benefit the company in the short term, but also pave the way for future growth. This is how the empire is not just built, but sustained over time. It's a process of continuous learning, evolving, and adapting. And at the heart of it all is a boss who said nothing but allowed their team to thrive. At the end of the day, the boss who said nothing built an empire because they understood the essence of true leadership, empowering others. They knew that the most effective leaders are not those who have all the answers, but those who can create an environment where others can discover their own answers. The empire wasn't built on the foundation of the boss's knowledge, but on the collective wisdom and strength of a team that was given the space to flourish by choosing silence over constant guidance. The boss set in motion a dynamic that would outlast their own influence. The legacy they created wasn't one of individual brilliance, but of a team that had learned to shine on its own. In the end, this boss demonstrated that sometimes the best way to lead is by stepping back and letting others lead themselves. They didn't need to speak to be heard. Their silence spoke volumes about trust, respect, and empowerment. And that is the key to building an empire. Creating a legacy that is not dependent on one person's voice, but on the collective strength of a team united in purpose. The empire wasn't built by answers, it was built by questions, by struggles, by growth, and by the silence that allowed it all to happen.